Welcome back to What Are T Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T92 HMC, the Tier 10 American SPG. We're on the south spawn of Tundra and it's under the command of Brother Clicker of OLIMP. Now, in the last replay we featured for Brother Clicker, he had the unfortunate habit of shooting and scooting immediately, and of course that ruined some of the video because of course we couldn't see what actually happened to the shell unless we took control of the camera. This time round, well, we're going to carry on with the video, but if when he fires we will be actually taking control of the camera, which actually does kind of damage the entire replay anyway, because of course we're actually controlling what you're seeing instead of actually allowing Brother Clicker to show you what he's actually seeing. Okay, right, well, he's looking at the other side of the hill, the north side, lining up a shot on the Kampfpanzer 7 PE, and instead we see a Viz 55, and you see he did scoot and move straight away, so you wouldn't have seen that. You wouldn't have seen that shell go in because he scooted and moved straight away to find a new firing position. Now you can still move whilst you're watching the enemy, but what he's doing is he's actually ruining the experience by actually not showing you what actually happened when he fired. And he's gone to the overhead mode. Again, this makes it even more difficult. Okay, now he's gone to battle assistant, so we can see what's going on, but I have to take control of the camera. Well, he did stay to see what happened, and then we got a direct hit on the Minotauro, but it did absolutely no damage whatsoever. It did stun the Minotauro, but it didn't penetrate. Now, this howitzer, which is 24 centimeters in caliber, is capable of 1100 alpha, and it should normally penetrate 60 millimeters of armor with a 12.4 meters burst radius. With the extra HE, it's 1420 with 75 millimeters pen and a 7 meter burst radius. And with the armor piercing, if you ever use that, it's got 750 alpha and 372 millimeters of pen. Okay, he's loaded another round, ready to go. Who's going to get it this time? FE405? Now you see, we missed out that, so I'm going to have to run it back because I didn't take control of the camera precisely at the moment he loaded, and therefore we missed the shot. So again, keep saying to Brother Clicker, if you do that, we won't do the replays because you're taking away the enjoyment of actually watching what's going on. You can still shoot and scoot. Rounds out. Direct hit on the cabin. So that definitely penetrated, and it was a high roll for 1185. So that Heshbon is now feeling pretty sorry for himself. He suddenly lost half his hit points, or more than half his hit points in the game. Okay, right at the on this side of the battlefield, or south of the river, we've got a mouse, an enemy mouse, who's crossed the bridge, and well, we're now watching him as he's making his way over to the west side of the battlefield. Our guys have already gone through the west side of the battlefield, so they're no longer over there. You can see Brother Clicker aiming in that general direction, but there's nobody there. He can't see the mouse because we've got no teammates. What we do have over there is a Batchat 155-58, because there's 3 Arty on this game, 3 of them on the enemy team. The Batchat 155-58 and Object 261. Oh, in fact, they've got 2 Batchat 155-58s on the enemy team, but one of them's already been killed. Now we're holding or controlling the view on this Viz 55 as he faces off against the Kampfpanzer 7, and he just fired a shot and only did 20 hit points of splash on the Viz 55. Standard reload for this RT, 46.98 seconds. You can see that Brother Clicker's got it down to 39.19. Okay, the mouse is continuing to proceed up the west side of the map, chasing the RT as he goes. Not that that's going to help him much. 60 TP on our team is already in the cap circle and capping, but he has been reset by the enemy. Okay, we can't see the Viz 55 at the moment. The reason for that is the Badger hasn't come around the corner, and I think he expects that Viz 55 to be there. And all the time this is going on, he's missing out on extra hit points from the hill. And he suddenly realized that, and now he's changing his aim in that general direction. The enemy effectively have seized control of the hill. There's the Kampfpanzer 7. Can you get a shot? He adjusts his aim, does get a direct hit on the Kampfpanzer 7. And you see, he did stay for this shot because he's perched on this cliff edge here, and it's kind of difficult to move about. So he's staying in the same spot for each shot. Now, this T57 Heavy's decided to unload his mag. Unfortunately, we're not loaded, so we can't do anything about him. He's definitely had a go at our Centurion Action 10, but the Badger's coming up now. And T57 Heavy goes down to our Object 261. Meantime, up in the north of the map, we've got the Viz 55. He's loaded at last. That Viz 55 is a splash kill. If he can get the shell near the guy, he will get a kill. Round south. Yes, he got it.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Again, he moved afterwards, so we wouldn't have seen the actual kill. In fact, we didn't see the kill anyway because there was nobody there to spot the Viz 55. At the moment, he got wiped out, and so there's nothing there. There's still 7 enemies left, and he's now gone to overhead mode. That Centurion Action 10 is trying to have a go at the Minotauro. And again, oh, we've switched back to the mouse on the other side of the battlefield, and he's trying to get at our Badger. Rounds up. 260 is what's shown, but it's actually 7 hit points. That's all he managed to get from that shot. And unfortunately, the Badger does go down to the mouse. So we're 2 tanks down on the enemy at the moment. So it's not looking so good, but at least we do still have 2 of our Arty. The Batchat 155-58 did get wiped out, and so did our Centurion Action 10 on the hill. Okay, we're loaded, but we've got nothing to shoot at the moment. As I said, the enemy team's got a Batchat 155-58 and an Object 261, but we haven't seen any counter-battery moves at all. In fact, I think their team is having as much problem, their Arty, because there's nothing to shoot at. They can't see anything, and consequently, they don't know where we are. So even if we did see the enemy Arty in the frame of our rescue right now, we wouldn't have a clue that they were there because nobody's spotting them. Now, it's going to go to a stalemate at the moment, the way things are going. Okay, the mouse has decided to cross the bridge again. He seems to be doing circuits now. Okay, we're lined up. Controlling the camera. Well, splashed him for 311, and he's finally decided to come down from that perch. I think actually it was a bit dangerous for him to stay there for too long. There is a Leopard 1 coming in from the west. Our Object 261 is in danger, and the enemy has started capping, and I believe that may be the mouse. Yes, it looks like it is the mouse who's capping. Oh, 2 in the cap, so it's not the mouse that's capping. It may be the Leopard 1. No, there he is. Now, the Leopard 1 goes down to our 60 TP with one big 152mm shell, so he's out the game. And Brother Clicker's trying to find a new firing position, going up that slope again. It's not going to work that way, but yes, he might be able to get it that way. Just waggle a lot. We've lost the Object 261. He just got taken out by the enemy 261. Okay, now, can he loop the shell over the rock into these guys in the cap area? I think he can. In fact, I think he can reset both of them from there. Oh, he did! Yes, he reset them both. And that's a large number of defense points. Unfortunately, our 268 has also already been stunned as well, and now he's got tanks behind him and in front of him. And although Brother Clicker is now following this capping intently, if he fires now, he's going to actually splash his own teammate in the 268. But the Foch goes down, and the mouse is still trying to push him. Oh, and they all go down. The 261 gets the kill on our... the 261 gets the... Was it 261? Trying to see exactly who killed who. It looks like the enemy Arty succeeded in killing our 268, but the mouse went down. So it now looks as if we have the advantage, but no, it hasn't, because the Object 261 on the enemy team just killed our 60 TP, and now it's down to Brother Clicker to wipe out the last two remaining Arty, and that is going to be difficult. Now, the T92 is based on the Pershing tank, not the a heavy tank as such. So it's a medium tank Arty, not a heavy tank Arty. The 261 is based on the heavy tank. That is the IS-7 hull. And here comes the 155-58. Oh my gum. Now he's based on the Patton tank. Again, another medium tank, but he does have speed, and he thought he could speed over the hill and find the T92 and wipe him out with his 4-shot autoloader. But all he's done is speed right into a 24-centimeter shell. Now, Brother Clicker is hiding like this because he doesn't want to get hit by the 261, who seems to be rather accurate. He's got one kill, the 261, but he actually did get a fair amount of damage, I believe, during the game. And now he's going shotgun hunting. He needs that 261 to win, and he's found him. Okay, he's auto-aimed on. The 261 just fired, which means he has a 20-second reload. No, drive towards the guy. Drive towards him. You can shotgun him. Oh, well, he kind of mucked it up, but the 261's trying to chase him. Now, that may be bad news for the 261. Even though he's on an IS-7, if he tries to ram kill the T92, he might succeed, actually. He's got more hit points than the T92. And, of course, he can probably reload before we do. But he's fluffed his reload. He got stunned. And we're almost loaded ourselves. So if we face hug him, he's trying to get behind us. Okay, so he's definitely trying to reload. Now, what can we do? Slide down the post. Get it. Shotgun him. Yes! That was a good ending. And I had to go to free cam for that ending because that was brilliant. Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for Brother Clicker of OLIMP in the T92 HMC. He managed to get a Lion of Sinai award in that one for taking out the IS series, at least 100 tanks in the IS series of vehicles. And yes, that includes the IS-7, or 261 is a member of the IS-7 family. So yes, it counts towards the Lion of Sinai. 100 vehicles, that's an awful lot. He also managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 18 in this game. His win rate was 5,520. And even though we had to take control of the camera, we had a brilliant game at the end. It was well worth it for just that last few seconds of the game. And incredibly well done because, of course, Brother Clicker had very few hit points left while he was being chased by the 261. But the 261 made a big mistake trying to shotgun him so close. He should have just driven up so he was almost directly behind Brother Clicker and then let loose. But instead, he tried to fire when Brother Clicker had gone up over the rock and the rock blocked the shot. And then, obviously, it just came down to the end game and trying to outmaneuver each other. But Brother Clicker got the better of the 261 in the end and took him out. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage in that game actually went to the Leopard 1, who picked up a Confederate for 5,343 hit points. That was the enemy team, Leopard. And on our team, the Badger came second with 4,612, and the 60 TP came third with 4,599 hit points. We can see the Brother Clicker actually got 3,384, but he was beaten by 3 members of the enemy team, 2 on his own team, which means he's in 6th place on damage. When it came to kills, though, the 60 TP did the best with 4 kills, 3 kills went to Brother Clicker, also to the 60 TP on our team, and the batch at 155.58 in the enemy team. That was the guy who rushed across the gap and got blown away by Brother Clicker. Yeah, I think he made a bit of a mistake there. He really shouldn't have chosen that route. He should have chosen to go by the river, not by the hill. But anyway, that was the mistake he made. And so they were all in joint second place on kills. Third place was the Kampfpanzer 7 PE on the enemy team, and then Minotauro with 2 kills apiece. When it came to base XP, he's actually in third place because the Badger managed 1,072, the 60 TP 1,031, and they were the only two who managed to get over 1,000 base. And Brother Clicker was very close with 929. Fired 12 rounds in the game. You don't get a whole lot of ammunition, only 16 rounds in total. And of course, that last round was the most important one because basically it just straight through the the 261, straight through the IS-7 type hull at close range. 7 direct hits on the enemy, only one of which actually penetrated. Now, I am guessing, but I think that was the Heshbon. Yes, there you go. 1,185 hit points. He actually did 510 hit points with a splash on the 261 to take him out of the game right at the end. And that was something, actually. He was actually shooting up at the guy. So I think it may have hit the lower plate, and that's why it did so much damage. Anyway, if we go into the rest of the details, fired 12 rounds, 7 direct hits, 1 penetration, 12 splash. Damage of 3,384, of which 1,992 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see over 1,000 hit points of damage was done at close range. He also received 1 hit, and it was a splash by way of damage. Yes, so he did get splash damage in the game. He did suffer some loss of hit points. 2 enemy vehicles were spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 were killed, and he got 60 defense points when he reset the cap when the mouse and the leopard were both in there. Was it the mouse and leopard? It was the mouse and the Foch that were in the cap. On a premium account, he actually made a loss for the game, 24,256 credits. I think he might have, if I remember correctly, he was using the non-stun HE right at the end of the game, presumably so that he wouldn't get stunned when he shot the guy if he shot him at too close. He also got 1,393 experience points as well out of that one, so it was profitable for the XP, even if it wasn't for the credits. But best thing of all is he did take down the enemy, and he persisted. He knew that he could get the better of the guy, even though the Object 261 is a fairly fast-moving Arty, based on the fact that it is an IS-7 hull. He thought that he could outmaneuver that 261 if he got him to the right position, and he did do so at the end. And I think we can forgive the fact that, yes, he did use his shoot and scoot move, where he takes the shot and immediately looks away. So you have to control the video manually. Otherwise, you just end up losing everything out of it, especially that shot on the Heshbon. It was interesting to note that it actually glanced the side of the Heshbon's turret and went in. So yes, it literally overmatched the armor on the Heshbon and got him a penetrating shot. But he would have missed that if we hadn't actually done that as a free cam. So yeah, it's important to actually watch what happens to your shells so you get a video you can look at in the end. But well done to Brother Clipper for persisting, and even the other players were shocked at the end that he got the win. So I think they thought that he was toast as soon as it was 2 RT versus 1. No, it wasn't, because Brother Clicker had the advantage of experience. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.